Hello. All right. Welcome to the IUS Horizon podcast. Today we are going to be talking about work stories. Now, that could be either work stories that have happened at the place that you work at, or they can be work stories that you've seen happen at other workplaces. Say you're a guest, you walk into a workplace and you've seen something crazy happen. You can use that as well. So, does anyone want to start off?
You know what? Sure.
All right.
I'll start off. I don't have anything crazy today. This is Jeffrey, in case you're listening on Spotify. I fell off a ladder at work. That sucked, and I went to the hospital for it. At the time, I worked at Target. Wouldn't recommend that.
Oh, Target sucks.
Yeah. Oh, I'm well aware. I was there.
What team did you work on for Target?
Inbound.
Okay. I was part of the fulfillment team.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, I hated it.
I kind of enjoyed that just because you could just be in your own world.
Mhm.
You didn't have to talk to anyone. You can just want some
Sometimes
crackers. I'll get the crackers.
sometimes people do want to talk to you though.
Oh, wow.
And
Get away from me.
Yeah.
Don't speak to me.
I'll talk
I'm
about
working.
I'll talk about that in a second, but I'll let you say your story first.
So I had recently quit my other job, which I'll talk about that later. But I was fresh out of high school, working at Target, not doing anything with my life because I wasn't in college. And I was just working Christmas one day, working in the back and trying to stock these toys. I think they're Legos. I don't really remember. On some very high shelving that was probably 20 feet high or something on these rolling ladders. So just imagine long hallway that's very narrow, only your shoulders can fit, and very, very tall, probably 30, 40 feet tall of just area to put boxes, just different shelves on each side, and then there's a ladder that goes all the way down. And I was there with one of my buddies who was also new to this Target in Louisville, Kentucky. And I was at the top, just working hard, minding my business. He threw the box to me, and I missed it, and I went to catch it, and my foot slipped, and I fell. Fell on my back, fell all the way down to the ground. Thankfully, I didn't hit my head, but my back slammed into the part of the ladder where you put your foot, which is many of them. There's many places you put your foot on a ladder. But about halfway down, slammed my back, start bleeding everywhere. And I stood up and I didn't realize it. I was like, wow, that hurt. That was terrible. And my buddy looked at me. He was like, you good? I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. So climbed back up the ladder, went back to work. Sorry for tapping. A couple of minutes later, coming to find out, I'm still in a lot of pain and I can't really move my shoulder. So I was like, hey, bud, I'm going to go check out myself in the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. Lo and behold, there's a big gash on my shoulder that I'm bleeding from. So I don't know what to do. Don't really know. Very many people don't know the management, don't want to know the management at this Target.
You don't want to know management at any Target, in all honesty.
Yeah, I don't think I liked anyone there. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. There was this one guy. He was kind of nice, depending on the day. I think he had a lot of trouble with his wife or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's besides the point. I went up to one of my bosses, very tall man. For reference, I am not a very tall man. So, just walk up, kind of shaking a little bit because I'm just in a lot of pain. And I'm like, hey, I think I need to go to the hospital. I just fell off the ladder. And he goes, oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Go to HR and fill out a thing real quick so you can get workers' comp. And I was like, workers' comp? That sounds great. So I went to do that, went to my car afterward, and I've lost it. I was just in so much pain. I just called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I don't know what to do. I tapped again. I don't know what to do. And she's like, all right, go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, got checked out, and the first guy, oh my gosh, I don't know if you've ever been to a hospital, and the guy walks in, and he says, hey, so I'm not the real doctor. I'm actually training to be a doctor, but I'll be checking you out today. Not what you want to hear when you're in pain. Let's just say that. If it was like, I don't know, maybe a shot or something, or he was doing the little thing where you check your reflexes on your knee, that's fine. He can do that. He's new. He can train only once. But when not when I'm in a lot of pain. But he did it anyway. And he said, all right, well, I have a couple of things that might have been the case. You might have busted a lung or ruptured a lung, sorry. And I was like, oh, okay. And then next option was broken shoulder. I was like, all right, well, this sounds terrible. And third option was neither of the first two. And I was like, all right, well, you're a genius. Thanks. So the real doctor came in, and checked me out, same thing. And I started the conversation by saying, hey, so I just got told 20 minutes ago that one of my lungs might be ruptured. Do you think that's the case? Because it's slightly concerning. He said, oh, no, I think you're fine. It's just a deep gash. I don't even think you need stitches. I was like, oh, all right, well, thanks for that. So some IV and a whole bunch of painkillers later, I was fine and just out of work for 2 to 3 weeks. Wouldn't recommend workers' comp. It sucks. You don't get paid for the first week. And then after that, you get 2/3 of what you normally would get. So I'm sure Greg has a lot to say about workers' comp, which will lead into his next story.
I didn't actually take any.
You didn't take any?
No.
I took it. It was free. I was sitting at home. I wasn't working.
But it was
terrible.
I was just wanting to go home.
Let's hear it.
So I currently work for like a baseball organization, and I recently got in a car wreck with a deer. I was going like 60 miles an hour down a back road after I literally just got off work.
How fast?
60 miles an hour.
In a 65, of course.
Yeah. No, but it was like back road. It's basically back roads all the way to my house because it's like an hour and a half away from Louisville. So I hit the deer going like 60 miles an hour and totaled my car, and the airbags went off and fractured my hand. So this is still in recovery.
Really?
It happened like end of August.
Oh, so this was recent.
Or
this happened
like middle August, something like that. And then it was, I took like a week or two off just to let my hand heal back up to strength so I can, pick up bats, pick up the giant water jugs for the players. And then the first game back, I'm just like, okay, it's really nice out. It's like a breezy 60, and it's just amazing out. Our team's winning. We're putting the hurt on these guys. So the game ends, we win, and I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm gonna start cleaning stuff up. I'm gonna go back to my dorms now because I'm finally back in the dorms. Yeah, I wish there was a crack in the floor, and so I'm doing all my cleaning. I step over it a couple times because I notice it because it's huge. Then I pick up this player's bats that he leaves in the dugout, and then I bring them back up, come back in, and then I slam my right foot into it, and I twist it as hard as it can go. And as soon as I fall on top of it, I hear like a crack. I'm like, I don't think that's a good sound. And immediately I can feel it, like something's not right. So I'm hobbling all the way back to the laundry room with like 50 towels in hand and 2 giant bats. I put the bats away, and then I put the towels away, and then I kind of sit down for a second. I'm just like, dude, there's this guy at work, Jack. He's really cool. I'm just like, I literally made fun of him for falling down earlier too that same day. So I guess that's karma. But I was like, dude, I just like twisted my ankle real bad. I might need the other bat boy to come over here and help because I don't think I can move. And after a while, I'm sitting there. My boss brings me ice. I mean, the boss, like, coolest boss ever. Like, this dude helps out so much. But, I mean, he has so much on his plate, and then his bad boy gets hurt, and he's, like, immediately there. So,
that's a good manager right there.
Dude, he's, like, one of the best. Like, I don't mean to say that because I'm still working for him. But, like, no, even if I wasn't, I would 100% say he's still a great manager. But comes over to ice, and then I painfully, after he tells me, go home, it's fine, just get rest. I painfully walk on my foot to the elevator, get in the elevator, then I have to walk all the way into the parking lot, into my car, and drive 15 minutes home on my fractured foot at the time. I went to the doctor's office the next morning because I was like, I literally called my mom and I was like, dude, what do I do? Like my it's so bad. I can't walk on it. I can't put even like the slightest pressure on my foot. And my mom says, go to the urgent care, go to the Minute Clinic or whatever. Just go find something that tell you what's going on. I was like, all right. I go there and they tell me, yeah, you have a fractured foot. I was like, my first game back, I fractured my foot after fracturing my hand. And that is Still in recovery to this day. So I
Wow.
missed the rest of my season.
Terrible.
No.
Ouch.
Oh. Who's going to get the bats? Who's going to get the balls?
Uh,
No one. They're still out there on the field.
dude, no, Dwayne, he's awesome. He's the other bat boy. I mean, this dude hustles like no one I've ever seen. So I knew immediately, and I think he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Nice.
and we just got like 2 new guys after
Oh, there you go.
one of them left. So
There you
Great.
go. All right. I guess I'll go next. So I work at Putt Shack, Louisville, Kentucky. So it's like a mini golf place, but that's besides the point. So we had this new person come in 3 weeks ago. I'm not going to say anything that would help identify them. I'll say that when we're off the air. But this was their first job. They had never had any work experience before. I worked with them for the first time 2 weeks ago on a Saturday morning. And normally, when I'm there, I like to get to know other workers that I'm working with. But this person would talk to me about stuff that you normally wouldn't talk about with a person that you don't know very well. The first thing that they talked to me about was their ex. But
Okay.
not just a little bit. They went
Hello.
in the full timeline on how it went, on them meeting up, how they broke up, everything.
Okay.
It didn't end there though. This next thing I want to say, but I can't because it would lead to identifying. So I'm going to say this part off the air. But after that, they start talking about their shoes. I'm like, okay. I mean, a lot of people like talking about shoes. But then they go, do you want to know why I wear these shoes? And I was like, why? And they went, well, because I had an ingrown toenail that I had to get removed.
Okay.
And they went in full detail on the removal process.
Oh.
And then, well, it gets worse. Then they pull their phone out and they go, do you want to see what it looks like? And I'm sitting here going like this, going, I mean, because obviously I wanted to say no, but I didn't know what to say. So then they show me a picture of their toe after they had gotten the ingrown toenail removed.
Wow.
And then they go, another thing is one of my toenails kind of grows at an angle. And they show me a picture of that.
Oh, whoa.
And I'm like, why are you showing me this? I don't
thankfully
want
that
to.
wasn't like a like a restaurant or something, bro.
Thank the Lord.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
Well, Putt
That's
Shack
horrible.
does have food there.
oh,
And I was going to eat food that day, I'm pretty sure.
oh, that's
not
So
after
I-
that.
oh,
No, I still did. I just put it in the back of my brain.
oh.
Wow.
Buried
It didn't end
subconsciously.
there with them, though. Come this previous Saturday, I have to work with them again. And of course, they're talking about, they like to talk about cars as one thing, which I don't got a problem. I don't have a lot of knowledge on cars, but I'm fine with that. But then,
Better than the toes.
oh, but just you wait. They talk about their shoes again. They go, did I tell you why I wear these shoes? And I'm like, yes, you did. And then they again pull their phone out and go, do you want to see what that toe looks like now? And I'm like, no, I
No.
don't want to see that.
No. I don't wanna see
Thankfully,
it.
no. Now here's something that they said. Well, actually, let's go back a little bit. I talked to my lead worker about it, the guy that's in charge of everyone in my position. And he said, oh, yeah, I've had multiple people complain about them.
Oh.
So it wasn't just me. But then this previous Saturday, they told me something where I'm like, okay, I got to say something to a manager. They showed me a picture of them at a roller rink. Or no, it was a video. I'm like, okay, have you ever gone ice skating? Because I personally think ice skating is funner than roller skating. That's just my personal opinion. But
The
then
right
they,
one.
what?
The right personal opinion.
Yeah, there you go. But this actually is not funny. This is actually a serious topic right here. They said, the last time I went ice skating, I thought about killing myself. And
Whoa.
they actually meant it. And they even told me how they were going to do it. And when they said that, I'm like, okay, I got to tell a manager about this person.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I did. I ended up getting cut because we had too many people working. So I was going to leave early.
Mhm.
And the manager that came up to me to tell me that, I was like, can I talk to you for a second? And this manager, one of my favorite managers that I work with, because if you complain about something, or if a guest like does something inappropriate to you, like she takes care of it immediately. And she also actually started at the same time I started also. But so I went and I told her everything that happened, and she said that she would talk to the manager that's higher up from her. And then the next day comes, and she comes to me and says, "Just wanted to let you know that we took care of that person. Like they got fired."
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, how are you doing? What's going on? See ya.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. And I talked to my lead worker yesterday, and he said that it was him, the manager I talked to, and the higher up manager, and they were saying, yeah, like if we let them continue working here, like it's just going to get worse for other workers.
For sure.
And so they actually called them back that day after I left and fired them basically.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
What an icebreaker.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched
dark real
watched the
fast.
Raiders play on Monday. After that, I thought of killing myself.
Yeah. There you
I'm
go.
sure you did after
Yeah.
that game.
But yeah, that's the craziest thing that's happened to me at work. A couple other things have happened. Like I deal with drunk people a lot at work also, just because there's a bar in Putt Shack. So I've had a ton of drunk people come in. There was one time this woman, it was me and just my lead worker working, just because it was a Tuesday and no one's coming in to play mini golf on a Tuesday. But this woman, and I don't know if it was her husband or if they were on a first date, but she came up. She was very intoxicated
Oh.
because she comes up to me and she starts talking to me about how to get into a science fair for free.
That's how you know she's drunk.
Oh yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
she kept stepping closer to me as she was saying it, so I'm having to back up while she's talking to me.
Probably the first date.
Probably. Then the manager that I actually just told you about was bartending at the time. This woman, another way I knew she was drunk, she chugged down an old fashioned. Like I look over and I see her chug an old fashioned down. I'm like, okay, you're
Okay.
definitely
Oh yeah.
drunk.
Oh yeah.
But then
She's
she
like-
goes down to get another one. And then my lead signals to the manager, hey, cut her off. Well,
Mhm.
she sees it and she actually curses at him.
Oh my gosh.
And my manager ended up having to throw her out.
Oh my gosh.
And for that reason, and also because they had to be out of there at 10:50 because we
Mhm.
close at 11 on weekdays, and they were only on hole 2, and it was past 10:50, and so we had to tell them to leave.
Wow.
So yeah, you got anything?
Personally, so I've always been studious, but the first job I ever had, I worked at a drag strip in Salem, Indiana. There was this older guy. Oh, it definitely challenged my people skills, but I was actually handled it fairly well. He was like the next person in line, and he was like, y'all need to hurry up because there was a customer service and we were like preparing food and stuff.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
older people are like that. Like they just get
Yeah,
impatient.
just impatient. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're not even up next. Like so I walked over there and I was like, please calm down. Please don't talk to us like that because we're trying our hardest. There's a lot of people. We're doing our best to serve you guys so you guys can have a good time here. We want your we want your service. We want you here. And that actually soothed him, but also kind of fired him up a little bit. I was like,
Oh.
okay, great. My manager though at the time was like, you actually handled that really well, but that didn't help that type of person. But I think you did a great job for trying to de-escalate that person. And I was like, okay, thank you. Like I was trying my hardest because it was making one of the girls uncomfortable. They were like freezing, they were stuttering, and I was like, oh my goodness. So that was like the first job I've ever had. So it was just interesting.
Did you
And
say
of
it was
course-
a drag strip?
So like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like where it's like racing. So it's 2 lanes. So like they have all their cars and like they're all fired up and they only go down like one line.
Oh,
So,
Okay,
Drag
it's
racing.
that type of drag.
drag racing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
That
thought this was
was-
going to take
yeah.
a couple. Thanks for asking that.
Yeah, like, I
appreciate
was
that.
looking.
drag strip.
Yeah,
I was like, all
no, yeah,
right.
I was thinking-
Correct me if I'm wrong, like a drag race. Like I don't know what else to call it because we always called it the drag strip. What?
It's just so funny.
'Cause,
yeah, I
like,
was
That's
thinking
good,
of
that's
something
good.
different.
Yeah.
Oh.
Different type of
Yeah.
drag.
Yeah,
yeah,
different-
no,
Yeah.
nope.
different type of drag. I was gonna say I'd be very surprised if you were working at a place like
Oh,
that
nope.
for
I
your
didn't,
first
I didn't
job.
expect that. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, Okay.
First job you're
That's
working at a
yeah,
what I
drag
wanna
strip.
do.
2-lane racing.
Nice.
That-
Was it
that-
fun at
That
least?
makes me feel
Yeah, it was always fun. I consider myself a car person, even though I don't really know that much about them. But like, I still like to learn and like I'm like, ooh, look at that car. Ooh, look at that car.
You probably would have liked the person that got fired because they love to talk about cars.
Cars maybe, but not the toes.
Yeah, exactly. Show me. And I even talked to one of the other guys that I work with, and he said that they tried to show him pictures of their toes also.
Yo.
And he was like, no, I do not want to see that.
Yo.
I mean,
yeah,
why would you
no.
want to look at a picture of someone else's toes?
Especially an ingrown toenail. That's
Yeah.
gonna be
Well,
very.
here's the thing.
Ugh.
Okay, do you want me to show you like? Do you want me to tell you like what they told me the removal process was?
Sure.
So that they are you okay with knowing this?
I'm just kidding.
It takes all.
Like, they told me they had to remove their toenail completely to get it
Oh my
removed.
God.
And that's what they showed me a picture of, is their toe without a toenail. And I'm like, why do you think I want to see that?
Right. Like anything with the toe is.
Yeah.
Anything with a toe is.
No,
ugh.
don't show me pictures of
No.
your feet.
Right.
Don't show me anything.
Oh.
Talk about simpler
Don't show me
topics.
anything.
Yeah,
Right. Like you can't. Like, what's my favorite color? Like.
yeah. Talk about to me like what movies you like,
Right.
what's your favorite color,
Right.
what songs you like. Don't go straight to the
Toes.
don't go straight to the toes. Don't go
Yeah,
straight
come on
to this was me and my ex. We don't talk anymore, but
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Your therapist friend now, apparently.
apparently, the way I saw it, I felt like that they were just desperate for someone to talk to.
Mm.
But there should have been major red flags with hiring them in the first place, because apparently they don't drive. And apparently their mom was there in their interview with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
You
problem.
can't do that.
Yeah. And
That's not
apparently
fair.
their mom would come in there multiple times, apparently, like throughout the working day.
How old was he?
Okay, Yeah.
19.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought like
Let's
16.
hope
Okay,
that-
yeah. I can
Yeah,
understand.
No, they were 19.
Wow.
There's a reason why I'm pretty sure they did, but I can't say it on the air because it would identify them.
Mhm.
But
Does everyone knows the reason this person's mom came into work?
Um,
the second you allude to it,
I mean,
They're gonna get
let's just
hordes of
say
messages.
they would be a target for bullying. We'll just say that, and
Oh.
I'll tell you why off the air.
everything's
Right.
off the air with this guy.
Yes.
Everything.
I mean,
mysterious.
The last few semesters, like I would always say, this might get me canceled, even though like it's stuff that probably wouldn't. Like this, if I said this, it actually would.
Oh God.
So yeah,
This person's name canceled.
Yeah, there you go.
You're done.
I
No
do
job for
I do
you.
know their name also, but I'm not going to say that obviously.
I do have one work story. It is kind of somber, but like it actually like it gave me like a different perspective on life. So like
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was really good. So my dad's girlfriend works for hospice. Tough job. Like definitely admire her for that. But there was this guy, he was like in his 40s, healthy, ran, ate his vegetables, and like very fit and healthy guy. Then he gets cancer, he gets leukemia. And he's telling Andrea, my dad's girlfriend, I should have ate the burger. I should have had the soda. I should have had the candy. And I did all of this and I still got cancer and died.
Wow.
Just gave me a different perspective on life. I was like, wow,
It's
just-
terrible.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
But he just makes you want to live your life to the fullest. I was just like, wow, it's sad. But like he was also like, I have no regrets. Like just ran and it just really sat with me differently. I was like, wow. And her like having to see that every day. Wow. Yeah, more power to her for that because I couldn't.
No, that's like a committed worker right there.
Yes.
To be willing to do that.
Yeah, she's definitely somebody I look up to. She's very, very strong-willed. I couldn't. There's no way.
If there's one thing I've learned about your workplace, the best way to fit in is to make sure that you actually do your job.
Right.
That's one thing that I've learned. Like the person I was telling you about that just got fired, I'm pretty sure their view was the way to fit in is to try to talk about stuff like that.
Your toes.
But, yeah.
Or toes.
Yeah. But obviously, like I've learned the best way to fit in with your job is to just do what you're supposed to do. Because there was one day, I was still kind of newer when this happened.
Mm.
2 workers had to leave in one day, and we were understaffed because of it.
Mm.
So one person, she was an older woman. She has a lot of medical issues. I think she was diabetic and she was an epileptic. Well, she actually almost passed out and they had to send her home. And then we had one guy quit because he was mad at management. And because of that, we were severely understaffed.
Mm.
And my lead worker, like I didn't really know him that well at the time. Like we didn't really do small talk, but ever since that day, like we do small talk all the time with each other now. Because like I proved to him that like, hey, I am a good worker. Like I will be committed. And ever since then, like I'm not gonna try to brag, but I feel like that I am one of like his favorite people to work with. Because like whenever I used to work weekend nights a lot of times, but now they've been scheduling me weekend mornings, and he always works nights. And he would ask me, "You just get here, or you heading out soon?" And I went, "Oh, I'm heading out soon." He went, "Oh, dang it." So that's one thing that I've learned about the work environment is if you want to fit in, just do your job.
Do it correctly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I know a few people that did not do it correctly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I have an interesting story. I work at Chick-fil-A in Louisville. I'm a manager at Chick-fil-a. One of the Chick-fil-A's in Louisville. And so is my wife. She's not a part of the story. I'm actually waiting on her confirmation to tell a crazy story, but she is hard at work right now. Anyway, first night as a manager. I'm there. One of my buddies, he's getting promoted soon too. We're excited. We're hyped. Having a good night. Worked the 8 hours or whatever, getting close to the end of the night. And, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock. And I hear over the radio from someone that was outside, there's a man out here with a knife. And so I stopped what I was doing. My buddy, who is like ROTC, wants to be a police officer, like that type of guy, really good friend of mine, grab him. I'm like, hey, let's go figure this out. So we went outside out there within a few seconds, and then they started pointing. And over by the employee parking, there was a homeless man who I had seen before. I recognized his, in this part of town, unfortunately, there's a lot of homeless people that are very common. If you have seen homeless people where you live, where you work, you typically see that.
There used
same
to be,
people.
I've seen a homeless person sleeping inside of the mall. Like, because
Nice.
in Putchek, there's windows connected to the mall. There was a homeless person sleeping in there.
Wow. Yeah. Snoozing.
Yeah.
But we were like, all right, I don't want to deal with that. You want to deal with that? Nope. Not around anyone, not hurting anyone, not threatening anyone. He's just behind the cars, behind the fence, with his big, very big knife, cutting down like leaves and stuff, chopping down shrubbery, bushes. And we were like, all right, let's figure this out real quick. So we walk over there, and not exactly thrilled. Once again, first night as a manager, and
This was your first night?
as a manager, yeah. So walk out there with my buddy, and it's dark.
Start off
It's
with a
dark.
thrill.
Oh yeah. And we walk up and we hear him. It's getting louder, chop, chop. And we walk up, hey, what are you doing back there? Oh, I'm just landscape. Just doing a little, trying to help out. I noticed there was a lot of overgrown bushes and trees and stuff back here, so I'm trying to help out. And I was like, well, that's freaky. I didn't say that, but I thought it.
Especially if you do it at night also.
Right.
Mhm. Made sure he wasn't hurting anyone, made sure he wasn't, messing with anyone's cars. And we went back up to our perch spot, which was up on this tiny, tiny little bank where we could see him, and called the cops, and then just waited there until the cops come. There's like 4 that were there within 5 minutes, rushing up. They must have been so bored that night. And they all pull up, and I was like, all right, no one's getting killed. We're good. And I still have this picture on my phone. I pull up my phone. He has a flashlight, one of the police officers does, and he shines it at this man with the knife. In the photo is just a man, the police officer, shining the flashlight at this guy. He's like, I don't even know what he's wearing, but he just holding a knife, just staring at the cops, just like this.
Can you show us the picture?
I would
when we're done?
be happy to.
I kinda
off
wanna
the
see-
air.
I kind of want to see it.
And yeah, it was a very odd experience. The police officer came up. They're like, hey, did he threaten anyone? What was he doing? Blah, 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 blah. And I just explained. I was like, no one was threatened. We're just very concerned because as soon as I get off, as soon as my employees get off, 14, 15, 16-year-old boys and girls, that first job, maybe parents picking them up, whatever the case is, they're going to go over there. And I'm not going to let them go over there with the man with the knife, whether he's homeless or not.
Yeah.
Right.
And they took him
There's the possibility that he could rob them.
Yeah.
with the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And apparently the police officers recognized him, which is quite funny. He was like, "Yeah, it's so and so from down the street. He lives in this apartment complex." And I was
That's kind of a red
"All right."
flag if they recognize him, because
Right.
that makes it seem like, oh, he's had some trouble with the law before.
So I guess he wasn't homeless. He lived in an apartment. I wouldn't live in an apartment. I don't consider that homeless, but
I would just say like maybe like less fortunate, maybe.
I think
Actually, no, that's more of like
I think he was a genuine homeless person.
okay.
I just don't know.
Mhm.
Don't know. Anyway, that was crazy. They took him. I don't even know what they did with him, but I haven't seen him since. I don't think they arrested him. I mean, he didn't
Yeah.
threaten anyone,
Yeah.
but it's quite concerning.
Well,
Ooh.
on that note, we will wrap this episode up. It was fun talking about different work experiences. I also think this episode went really smoothly, also,
Mhm.
which was nice, also.
Yeah.
But tune in next week, next Monday, for
Oh,
when we
boy.
bring out
Bean Boozled.
Bean Boozled.
It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, and it'll probably be gross, also.
Just
That'd be gross.
Oh,
try
yeah.
not to throw up.
Yeah, try not to throw up. Make sure you
Right.
bring a drink with you,
Ugh,
and have a trash can on standby.
please.
Right? See you guys.
Yep. See you next Monday.